redo a bunch of shit. So here we go. Hello. That sucks. I just found out that I've been talking for like the past 15 minutes, and you can't hear me. I probably should have checked that like beforehand, which I didn't do. So I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of stuff and re-talk a bunch of stuff about a bunch of stuff. That's fine. My name is Tom. You all know who I am. Rather, Commander Halflock. My name is Commander Halflock to the gaming community. Within the game, there's Coral Nain. Well, she's not in the game anymore. There's a Juno Danon, who's this stellar lady here with the busted eye. There's Cadence Nain and Coral Nain and Jorah Dagmar. All of those people are not real people. Their names might be real, and they are indeed real names, which is a significant process in the or step in the process of becoming recognized to be a real person. But they are indeed fictional characters based on avatars that are created within the game that Frontier Developments PLC has created. My name is Tom in real life, and you should know that by now. If you don't, then you're nobody to me, which is the salient relationship here. And if you're nobody to me, that's who you'll be to everybody else that I speak to about you. And even if you aren't a nobody to me, I am not at liberty sometimes, nor do I have any inclination to expose you as the piece of shit that you are to me. Whether or not you are actually a piece of shit to me. Because I'm just trying to drink my beer in peace. And you're over there at the other side of the bar, also drinking a beer, while I'm trying to drink a beer. Which makes you a piece of shit. I'm working on my negative spectatorship efforts. Inverse spectatorship studies is what I'll give you guys a chance to make use of. How many of these people that are going to watch the stream are going to be wanting to watch this in order to be made to feel like they are lesser human beings? I think there's like a thing for that. That's like a real human sexuality and like sexual deviance, which is like way, way, way more adult in this game generally appropriates. So I'm going to tamp that down for a second. So, my name is Tom. It's not always a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to give a quick update. The song that you listened to at the beginning of the stream, if you not already know, is an original cover by myself of a Julian Casablanca and the Strokes song called Reptilia. The name Electrons and the stuff like that is a remix moniker that I've been using since way back 2011 when I was living in Los Angeles. I was trying to learn how to use Logic. I've explained this before. This is why it gets so irritating to me. I've explained that I was trying to familiarize myself with the software Logic Pro. So I decided to make a bunch of remixes. They're not all good. Some of them are. Some of them are not. Some of them are utter trash. The one I sent over to Infected, Commander Infected, and to Haplo Farshot 15, whoever the fuck that weirdo is, was not good. I mean, it's enjoyably not good to me. However, I will do that on PlayStation, by the way. Some of them are good, some of them are not. I put some of them up on my Patreon page. You can download them for free. I can't sell them because they're remixes and you can't sell other people's work. What you can do is make remixes and then give them out for free for promotion. And if the record label likes them enough, they'll say, hey, we want to put this out. and then you'll say, okay, cool. That is essentially the way that works. Unless, of course, you're doing it in a remix contest, at which point, like, you give up all rights, essentially. But you can give them away for free, because that's what it means to promo your own shit. So electrons and stuff like that, don't forget the apostrophe. Just the name that I use because I was thinking about random shit. I think I was taking a conceptual physics course at Santa Monica College at the time. I was an older school returnee after working and playing music at clubs. And that was whatever was on my mind was like that, I suppose. I don't know. I don't have a real explanation for why I picked that name. It was just the one that I started to work with and I stuck with it. So that is the track. Reptilia, originally by The Strokes, my own personal cover. It's not a remix because I'm not using any of the original tracks, technically. It's just a cover. And then I have a vocalist on there who I don't like by the name of Julio Ungracious. My friends are currently looking to try to get a vocalist onto there that's of skill level, relative skill level at singing. So that's what I'm cool with them doing. If that can happen, cool. If not, then not. The song will stay where it is. It's on the Zero Core video, and you can listen to it if you would like via YouTube. At a certain point, I might put work into it, but at the moment, I don't have a vocalist on there that's of any interest to me to be making use of as the final completion for that particular track. Uh, as I mentioned to Camilo, I need what the track needs is the soothing tones of the dulcet tones, soothing dulcet tones of an alto or soprano. So until that track has that vocal timbre on it, the track will be going exactly where it is, which is into a parking spot. I'm going to be doing a little talking today because I was given the need to know about something that has just occurred within game by Galnet News Digest. Commander Beetlejude and Commander whatever the other person is, the dude bro, whose name I forget for whatever reason. Beetlejude is the visual artist painter who I'd mentioned when working on the name logs validating timing to possibly consign. That's not the right word. I might be the right word. To possibly do up a painting or drawing for the cover. That didn't get it too far. As you all have been told and should probably know by now better than most, I've been in Italy now for the past, October, year and 7 months, dealing with a particular process that is being enacted upon me. A bunch of things that have to happen upon to me. Until those things are done, I will be here for the foreseeable future. I'm in. Well, I guess I could say I'm in a lot of trouble, but it's more fun to say that I don't like everybody. Because of that, uh, I'm not really in trouble. Um, I've talked about it. It's not that big a deal for you to not know what it is that I'm doing here in Italy. However, um, my answer is that until such time occurs, I'll be here in Italy. Uh, I'm not going to be able to put as much effort into doing a lot of things, because there's a couple different things going on having to do with just my ability to focus. I've been still collecting swords, so to speak, as the government of Italy and the government of the EU and the government of the United States and their respective peoples speculate and take actions upon the political world in which I exist and inhabit based on those speculations. Outside of that, I'll be here playing Elite Dangerous and sometimes making music. I'm transitioning into the powers situation. So, the reason I'm talking politics again is because there is a politics that is currently about to occur. A major one that is about to occur, which is that, as Galnet Digest has exposed, there have been a great deal of megaships spotted near the HIP 87621 region. And it is speculated that the powers are now about to make a mad territory system grab, around HIP 87621. Those of you who don't know, you should know, if you knew anything and weren't a nobody like you guys are. The HIP 8761 system is currently the system in residence of now famed xenobiologist Territora, who is currently somewhere in that vicinity and do not have and does not have a means by which to communicate to Professor Frank Radix, who is her teacher and professorial fellowship guide, or whatever they call that. For those who don't know, she found something out. She snuck aboard a ship. The ship took her to HIP 8761, and then she jumped off the ship. It's probably not how it happened. Fucking verbatim. She probably just jump off a ship in the middle of space and then just start sending text messages to people like a weirdo. But she's over there, and everyone wants to find out why we can't get in, including the powers. Because the October Consortium, who is headed by Lexia October, currently holding a permit lock in the system, and they have a no boys and no girls allowed sign on the outside of the system. So until we are provisioned with the information as to how to obtain those permits, we will not be allowed in that system at all. We do not want you in here at all, is what the October Consortium is telling everybody. So, the powers, being as powerful as they are, with the immense resources and administrative capabilities capable of mustering an extreme degree of resources in a short amount of time and deploying them to various regions for the specific purposes of coercing, or rather asserting, and imposing their will upon a given particular group of people or place, have sent out megaships to their systems, their respective systems. And that has been covered by Galnet, which you can find on the Galnet News Digest story. So what I'm going to do today is fly over to the Sirius ship and see what the F is going on. Because I don't know what the F is going on. And I've been following this thing the entire way through. Also, I've been mining for like the past week, and then before then as well. And at a certain point, It gets like too repetitive. The thing about this game that I like when it comes to this game that I like uh, is that I can fly a spaceship. That's like bar none. And the engine is fucking great. Like it feels like the way my brain tells me it should feel when I'm flying it. Because of that, because I don't know anything about space, and I've never been there. I don't know physics. It just feels right. Um, I don't know math. Excuse me. So it feels like I'm the way I should be flying. It's a Newtonian engine, in case you didn't know. But because of that, I like to fly. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm just in my vehicle. I'm doing it. And that is sort of what the point uh, is that I'm doing the thing that I like to do when I'm doing the thing that I like to do. Uh, I feel like I need a beer already. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a beer. Probably have a beer. I'm gonna switch out of this ship so I can fly something that I haven't flown in a while. That might be a little more fun to fly. I've got to have decent. What happened on this thing? Flying Jin over there. So I like that ship. Um, so I will be flying over to whatever that place is called. While I sit, I wait for the world to catch up. Uh, to the light speed rejection that I've just repeatedly offered it. I'm in a mood today, buddy. Well, I'd expect that to come out of my mouth. I'll tell you that right now. Just a moment. I gotta get my place or my shit set up over there. Where am? So it looks like the Yongrui folks have a ship in Cole 3259 Sector DP TAC L B10 TAC B10 TAC 3. It's called Obsidian Directive. That is where I will find myself in short order. So it's been an interesting month, I suppose, is the way to put that. That is such a long way from where I am. I'm not going to do this in Jan. I'm going to do this for a very different ship. I did the stream like 2-3 days ago where I talked about drinking too much. So, it is what it is. I did about 15 minutes. I think I mentioned about 15 minutes of this stream, like without the sound on, which happens sometimes. So I don't know if I talked about Maloney on this one or the other one. But I'm still trying to figure out what Italy is. Sorry, it was just this really interesting thing for me to see. Uh, Maloney, who was the prime minister of Italy, for me, the prime minister is like the same. Also, but the spokesperson for so like she's like the main spokesman, main chief like diplomatic uh, person for the Italian government, who operates in a position of like the fourth in command of the Italian government after the president. and the two leading candidates, or rather the two heads of the legislational bodies. I don't know anything about Italy. I know it's like post-fascist and that it envisions itself to be like it's like a post-fascist country and it envisions itself to be like a singular entity. Um, that's like not Roman, not papal, not, what was the thing? Not Renaissance, and not fascist. So it's like all of those things, but not, and then still the thing that is what like a single thing. I'm still trying to figure it out. Anyway, so I listened to her speak because she was doing like a big speech of the entirety of the Senate. She was like super forceful and angry. She's like, "I'll fuck you up. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, whoever you are." Uh, she sounds better when she's speaking Italian than she does when she's speaking English. Sorry, I don't like. She sounds like the Italian guy at the bar up in like fucking out in the East Village or something. Uh, that's like here for 5 weeks, or like a student or somewhere. She sounds like that guy is what she sounds like. Uh, so I don't like to listen to her speak in English. But you can listen to this speech that she gave about what's going on YouTube and on her website. This is Silford. On her website, on her YouTube page, excuse me. It's like a 25-minute speech about funding the cops, um, funding the police, and security that she'd like to do, except everyone in Congress wants them to buy new houses. I think it's like one of the lines. I'm not quite sure what's going on over here, man. I don't know what Italy's about. Napoli's weird. I've been out drinking, and then I became a different person on my way home, apparently. I don't get it, dude. I don't. It's it's like a mafia war here in Napoli. And in order to protect one another, they're trying to keep everybody from being who they are. And in doing so, they're dooming them to be murdered in the forum and to have a bunch of senators blamed for their deaths. Um, I believe uh, was the most poignant aspect of the Julius Caesar story. Just that politics was so awful back then. He wasn't actually killed by senators. And everyone just decided that nobody across the bar uh, shouldn't have said that I was nobody, but because he did, that action was the first knife that entered into my gut. Hey, there are no like medical records from back then. My theories should stand equal to that of every historian that's ever worked in the field. Not really. So I'm getting Sylph and I'm flying over to. I'm not going to name this place because it's going to be very confusing. But this place. That one right there, way at the end, where it says destination. We'll see how it goes when we get over to the Obsidian Directive, which I am told is what it's called. I've been mining for the past month. I think I already said this, but I may not have. And mining just gets very boring, both physically and like psychologically and mentally. there's a lot to be said for the actual craft of mining within the game. And it's like a very plaintive activity that has its charm and has its merits. Uh, Even if they generally nerf the prices that used to be there, it's still like a particularly calming activity. But sometimes I want to just blow some shit up and then commit wanton murders of Imperials. Because why would we even like hammer? Uh, so every once in a while, I will do mining. But the most recent CGs, including this current CG, is yet another mining CG. So we have to do that. Participate. Uh, I think there's a very particular like dressage that is currently occurring, having to do with everybody being told how to mine and where you can find shit to mine, while after having unveiled squadron fleet carriers, which gives everybody a chance to be sitting on the same ship mining in the same ring for God knows how long. I think it has to do with possibly blowing up or destroying Saul, which would be awesome. Just an awesome thing to see, just in general. But I don't know. I saw an article somewhere by some dude saying that there was a third bubble forming. Uh, I'll look it up. So like, if he isn't just some dude at the bar. Um, Urad Prime. I don't know who this person is, but that is the YouTube channel to look up. Players creating a third bubble. Maybe. Fuck if I know. I'm on my fleet carrier. I've played the game as a nomad the entire time. Uh, and that has made its way into the Nain logs as an element of my storytelling and as an element of my gaming. So I generally will. I'll probably be continuing that way uh, to a certain extent. I'm trying to stick to serious stuff, but I don't like them either, or really anybody that isn't just me. Um, so it's hard to figure it out. I don't even like me all that much, to be perfectly honest. So, like, good luck, like getting past that monstrosity of resistance on my part. Um, I'm going to have a beer. That's what I do now. There are a lot of things I shouldn't be doing, apparently, now that I'm in Italy. Waiting for a very particular process to be completed upon me, which is a very homoerotic statement. Uh, and also very accurate assessment of every government's relationship to every man. Um, uh, Apparently, drinking's like one of them, but like there are other things that I shouldn't be doing as well, according to the people who think that there are things people should or shouldn't be doing. So it's hard to say. Um, for those of you who aren't aware of the existence of governments, like we here in like the overdeveloped world is what they call it, in like international affairs and international uh, politics departments. Uh, we have very real expectations of our governments to uphold very specific ideals and values. Um, we generally hold them to account when they do not. Uh, or at least we think we do. We think we would like to hold them to account. We try to hold them account when they do. That's the end of that statement. That's what we need to hold to. I don't have any rebuttals to that. That's just what we do. We have this belief. We hold to that belief strongly. I'm going to drink a Peroni, which is an Italian beer. Whether or not governments do that, there are a lot of people here in Italy who have experiences with governments that don't. I feel like the faith in governments is like shared globally, which is, I mean, really though, I think is the appropriate assessment globally for everybody, like everywhere. That is like democratic flattening of like sentiment. It's like if we really think about it, like what is the given population of people in the world, and ratio and percentage of people around the world who have faith in their federal government, as opposed to the people who are just sort of doing their thing, trying to stab fish with a spear. Either way, that's particularly political. And I know that Elite Dangerous and Frontier Developments do not want their game to be an avenue for the conduct of politics, which is perfectly fine and perfectly reasonable. But if we're honest with ourselves, my name is Tom. I'm going to drink a Peroni because I'm a free man in a free society. All right, so how about them Niners, right? Yeah, man. 5-2. Got a lot of practice playing injured. Brock Purdy is going to be back within 2 to 3 weeks. Barack Obama. Brandon Ayuk is going to be back week 10. The Kansas City Chiefs are still winning, which is good because I want to see them utterly demolished with every fiber of my being in the Super Bowl. I just want you all to know that I'm cutting my engines so that my voice is clear and concise. And you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth when I say that I want the Kansas City Chiefs to lose to the 49ers in Santa Clara 52-7. I'm not making a bet because that seems really extreme. That seems like a pretty high over. Um, but if we're honest with ourselves, I think we all want that. Oh, I still have a fucking fine to Sirius, don't I? God damn it. Right. There's that thing. I don't know where that's from as well. That is from when I fucking killed a bunch of dudes for fucking the Sirius guys. You fucking told me to do that. And then I did that. Now I have a giant fucking fine. Because I killed a bunch of dudes that you didn't want there. Any decent special forces fucking space pilot. It's a good thing I don't actually have to pay $1 million to Sirius, which is an actual company in the real world as well. Who apparently have not sued Frontier Developments PLC for the use of their name. Apparently. Fuck. Do I have to do that? Fuck it. Oh, they're gonna send me some fucking random prison ship. Alien fucking. Where is this? Okay. I'm gonna drink another beer. I mean, it's the same one. It's just another conceptual beer to those without object permanence. Object permanence is when something is no longer in your sight because your brain doesn't work right, like babies don't. You think that it is no longer there. It's the whole peekaboo game. It's what parents do to children. In case you didn't know, by the way, that's the peekaboo game. It's a manipulation of your child's ability to understand what is happening in front of it. In such a way that makes it believe that multiple things are appearing and disappearing in front of its face a lot. So if we're aware of that. Now you are. How does that feel? Well, you guys all grew up with your parents fucking with your heads, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up shit. Anyway, for the rest of you guys that are out doing a bunch of stuff, instead of just sitting at your home and drinking beer, it sucks to be you. But it also sucks to be me. Instead of going out there and doing stuff, sitting at home drinking. Object permanence. I'd be interested in reading a liberal studies essay that focuses on the practices of the Cubeo operation from the Nain logs. With a mind towards object permanence. Because it feels like that would be a really interesting um, intellectualization. And liberal studies analysis of an allegory between babies and people who are being acted upon in deception. Suppose you could read like some of the Gammon work on like infancy, political infancy, and things of that sort. But that's like it's not exactly there. But there's 3 things you can read if you want to do an essay for your what do they call it? Level ones and your cultural studies classes. You can read the Nain logs and the literature on object permanence, and then the Gammon stuff. There's your 3. That's for you all. You can all have that one. Free of charge. This, by the way, will be my general attitude if I get into graduate school and I have to work as a teacher's assistant and then subsequently a professor of political or liberal studies. Is here. I don't care, but I want to read about it. I want to see what you think about it because now you're my student. You have to do what I tell you, which is an essay. Where's this fucking thing? Ah, dude. Way the fuck out there. That's not, yeah. So, for those of you who know anything about liberal studies, we don't abide by disciplinary boundaries when it comes to like the things that we think and read about. Because fuck you. That's not what they think. That's just what I think. Uh, there's just no reason to, man. Like it's all well and good to like stay within the field. Uh, the real world is not as orderly as we would like it to be, and pretend that it is. Uh, and we need people that can think on their toes and reach across boundaries in order to provide us with insights on the human experience. That wouldn't otherwise be covered within the hierarchical and taxonomical constraints of any given discipline. Real human experiences. Sitting directive. Okay, so I don't have a fine, so I can probably get onto this thing now, and it'll let me on, and then there'll be nothing on there. I've been here in Naples since April of this year, which is a real human experience. I don't like Italy. I mean, it's fine. It just is what it is. But I don't like it. Everybody speaks a different language than me. pizza's good, and the people can be friendly enough. But it is a corporatist society. There's a very orderly, militaristic hierarchy to it. That, as you know, does not operate well from within my own personal compass. While that's a weird way to say that, and like a weird thing for some people to think about, it just is what it is. Maybe I'll just get used to it. I have to get used to it if things work out in a given way. At which point they're going to have to get used to me, which I wouldn't wish upon them, to be perfectly honest with you. Or they'll send me back to America. And then the world will change. They've got good pizza here in Naples. Like all over the place. The music is not unlike what you would find in a place like San Francisco in terms of the places that I've been to. There's a soul R&B record store called Vesuvius Records that I'd passed by a couple different times. They have a DJ there most nights, apparently. And they still have vinyl. They use vinyl still, which is interesting. But the music itself is not particularly different than anything you'd find in San Francisco or in Italy, or in San Francisco or New York, or in Los Angeles, or any of these other types of places you would go to. They still like dance music, both techno and house. And apparently there are places that like Omar Soleiman and Turkish Arabic house music, which I think I talked about and not listening to in quite some time and finding to be very enjoyable. It's what it is. Well, yeah, I haven't been to Spain, so maybe they'll send me to Spain to complete like the most insulting European voyage of all time for a Filipino person. Um, we'll see. I've never been to Spain. I've never been to England, which is the entirety of the country, as far as I'm concerned at this point. And a number of other places. I don't travel a lot. I'm not a big traveler. I like to go for walks, which will not take me particularly far enough to constitute traveling anymore. In contemporary times. not going to let me scan Obsidian Directive. I will request docking. Will indeed allow me to dock. The phrase "always mind my surroundings" comes to mind. That is what I'm currently doing. Which is that I mind being in Italy. Who are the laser cops? Let's find out what's going on over here. Nothing. 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 What's that? Say high meta alloys price. Just need that high. Doesn't matter. And I do not get to disembark. Or do I? No, I do not. Huh. There's nothing going on this ship. I'm gonna pull up the Galnet news entry and listen to that. Maybe something will happen. I'm gonna take a quick break myself while I listen to what's going on over here.
Megaship movements spark HIP 87621 speculation. Independent observers have reported unusual activity in systems surrounding HIP 87621, intensifying rumors of covert operations in the region. Multiple reports indicate that megaships have been spotted operating near the permit-locked system over the past week. Though no power has formally acknowledged involvement, analysts believe this early mobilization suggests a push for influence around HIP 87621. Access to the system itself remains under permit lock. All independent colonization requests for the surrounding area continue to be denied with no reason cited. Conrad Sterling, a political correspondent for Vox Galactica, noted, "Typically, when you see megaships mobilizing on this scale, it usually precedes territorial stakes being claimed. None of the powers have formally announced such plans, but pilots continue to report receiving private messages from their pledged power representatives indicating each have a vested interest in whatever HIP 87621 is hiding."
So there doesn't appear to be anything of interest or use in the city system at the moment. So I'm gonna look for a biological. Maybe I will find a biological. It is pretty out, as you can see. Um, I'm about to hit a weird fucking bump. Alright, he made it. Oh no, he didn't. I'm sure that's fine. I'm gonna look for biological for a moment, and then from there, I'll fly back over to somewhere and then do something which I feel like is a particularly sufficient description of what I'm about to be getting done. And that's 6. There we go. I don't want to talk about a lot of my experiences here in Italy at the moment. Again, I don't like it here. Uh, I don't find it to be particularly helpful to my overall journey in terms of the human experience to recount and relive any of those experiences. I'd rather keep moving forward to the best of my capabilities. However, I do want to make it clear that I wouldn't mind uh, ending up in Moscow, which is another beautiful city from what I've been told. One that has a rich history as of near uh, equivalence to the historical developments that have occurred here in Italy. I'm having an introspective moment, and the music is highlighting that. I feel like. So at a certain point, I'll have something to think and talk about again. But for the time being, we're just gonna sit here and watch me drive, and think deep thoughts about the nature of history and life, human experience. Also, I can't see any of these biologicals. So, until we find those things, pretty much in the interior. That's just a. What is that? No, I don't recall the ship. Just a rock? Just a fucking rock. God damn it. Who cares about rocks? Let's bring this thing up a little bit higher. Hopefully I can get like a more expansive view of the surroundings and spot these things. That's my fucking. Nothing on my radars either, which is quite unfortunate. Because that would generally be the first place to look when you're trying to find biologicals. Is the radar. Which, as you can see, is at present particularly empty. Ooh, shit. What was that of our hard collision? Fucking nothing, man. Well, I suppose it's just a little more driving, yeah. And boop. And boop. That's SRV is going to blow up at a certain point. I should probably be careful about that. Ooh, I can't see anything now. Stop fucking moving. Alright, I have to get back in the ship or my SRV is going to blow up. There don't appear to be a lot of stuff going on at the moment in this system. I've still got the CG going, and that'll go until Monday. Monday? Go until Monday. What is it? It's 4 days from Monday. Go until Monday, and then something else will happen. One can assume. Beyond that, just all going. Oh shit, I'm gonna overshoot. Oh, it sucks. Who's this asshole up here? Fuck is that guy? Oh, he's a gangster. He's setting down. I don't have any guns or weapons in Sylphid. As has generally been the case with my hoppers, which is why I'm chasing after this guy and shooting at him with my uh, sniper rifle. Or manticore, what's its face? Still hands down my favorite weapon in the game. Because it is effective. That guy's too chicken to come over. What a chick. Or as the Italians would say, kitchen. What a kitchen. Huh. What are the new codecs? Just, in, what do they call them? Articles? Or indeed not. Or indeed not. Okay, so, it is 10 o'clock here in Italy, in Naples. And I'm getting bored, and I haven't finished my beer yet, so I'm going to watch a movie, and then I will update you soon. Um, to everyone that I've met in Italy, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'm sorry that I don't like your country. I mean, I'm not really at all, actually. I don't like my country at all, so that's all.